I want to focus our efforts now out of Dallas, Texas. First Baptist Church there up in flames as we speak. We know that fire crews are on the scene trying to battle this. We also know that the pastor there, the prominent televangelist Robert Jeffress, is out there as well speaking to the media. He just spoke to them as the fire and the crews who are battling it are behind him. Let's watch.
All right, Chase, I'm turning mine on. You good? 1, 2, 3, 4.
One more time.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Good.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hang on.
That's reflection off the church. It's inside the church. Alright, we gotta do this quick.
I'll do this real quick.
That's fine. I know this is the last thing you probably want to be doing.
No, that's okay.
Pastor Jeffress, you just want to ignore the camera. Just your reaction. What do you know right now? What are you feeling?
I just left the church, and a little bit after 6 p.m. we got word that the church was on fire, our historic sanctuary. This sanctuary has been around since 1890. It was the home for our church for a long time until we moved to our new worship center about 12 years ago. This historic sanctuary was the site of many personal events, including my own. I was baptized there when I was 6. I was ordained for the ministry when I was 21. It holds a lot of memories, but we thank God that nobody has been hurt. We had just concluded Vacation Bible School with over 2,000 kids. They were all gone, so God has protected us through all of this.
Pastor, I know you and I have interviewed a couple times, and I know you want to be strong and, be supported by your faith right now, but I know you can't help but being emotional. I think I can see it right now on you. When you see this, just how do you feel?
It is, but I'm grateful that the church is not bricks and mortar or wood, it's people. And the people of God will endure. First Baptist Dallas will endure. And we thank so many of our friends around the country who are praying for us right now.
And before I let you go, just nothing you know about what caused it or what area of the sanctuary it happened in?
We only know it's a historic sanctuary. We don't know anything about a cause. Nothing has been ruled in or out at this point.
Thank you for taking time. I appreciate you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you all.
And there you have it. That's the pretty well-known televangelist, Pastor Robert Jeffress, who appears on the Fox News channel quite regularly. This is his First Baptist Church and the historic sanctuary there. I know our camera is moving in and out here. Take a look at this. We have this live picture here, and the fire seems, just in the last few minutes, to have really exacerbated and spread, and now we're showing you these live pictures. We hadn't seen the black smoke before. We hadn't seen the red flames and the yellow and orange flames before as well. I want to put up, we have 3 shots here. Let's take this, take a look at this. So we have these vantage points from in and around Dallas, Texas at the moment as the First Baptist Church there, including the historic sanctuary, has gone up in flames there. You can see the zoomed out vantage point of the black plume of smoke over downtown Dallas at the moment. And apologize there, we have our camera in the upper right moving around there. You see a lot of parishioners coming out, a lot of everyday Dallas residents coming out to see what is such a horrible sight, a horrible spectacle there. So we're going to keep all of these shots up. Remember, this is live, raw, and unfiltered. This is what we do here on Live Now from Fox. And so sometimes in these breaking news situations, the cameras move, things are fluid here. But these are the vantage points we have right now at our disposal there, coming from downtown Dallas. All right, so we're learning more and more details From Fox 4 in Dallas, Dallas fire rescue crews are battling this 2-alarm fire at the First Baptist Dallas Historic Sanctuary in downtown. Crews were called to the church at the corner of San Jacinto and North Hervé Street just after 6 p.m. here. I do want to take this vantage point full so you can get a sense of how powerful these flames are. This is a historic church. It's a pretty sizable religious institution there in downtown Dallas. It sits on its original site, one of the only churches down there in downtown Dallas to continue and still do that. That's why this is so heart-wrenching to watch for so many. You just heard from Pastor Robert Jeffers. This is his church there, and he was tearing up, his chin, his lip quivering, his voice breaking in emotion. He said he was ordained here in his early 20s, but he also acknowledged that a church is mere brick and mortar, but what really makes up a church is the people. So even such a poignant statement in the midst of all of this, as his family church, his personal church, is on fire at the moment here. So we have, and you heard there, that was David Centendry from Fox 4 Dallas, our good friend there, a reporter questioning the pastor about how he was feeling there. So hopefully if we can speak to him a little bit later on. I know they're in breaking news mode at the moment here. Let's take these 3 vantage points yet again. Sky Fox overhead. We also have this vantage point from another structure looking down at the First Baptist Church in Dallas. First responders were met with heavy smoke when they first arrived. This church was started in 1868. This red brick building, and you see it there. Wow. It was known as the Historic Sanctuary. It was not built until 1890. It is the only downtown Dallas church still on its original site. Let's take this shot here full. You can see the historic red brick. So this fire is quite large, quite expansive. At the moment, we don't really see any of the hoses in on it from fire crews right now as we speak. We did see that earlier, but since we first brought you this story, this fire has grown exponentially here. Oh man, I just want to take some of these shots too. Take a look at the smoke, how hot that is, billowing up above the church spire there and the steeple. Very thick black smoke. Let's take this back again here. This is just a very tragic set of circumstances in downtown Dallas, no less. David Centendry had asked the Pastor Jeffers there about any idea of what may have caused this. Of course, in stories like this, it's much too early for that. Okay, we do see some of the hoses going into the sanctuary there. So this is a story we're going to have to stay on top of. Like I said, hopefully they can get this a little more under control before the sun goes down, before it's nighttime here. But at this point in time, what is it? It's about 7:45 there in Dallas. And you can just see there the destruction this fire has caused. Wow. Of course, this is somewhat reminiscent of a story that I covered April the 15th, 2019, as the iconic church there in Paris, Notre Dame, also went up in flames. Of course, it was salvaged. It's reopening this year for the first time to visitors, almost in time for the Paris Olympics. But this is somewhat reminiscent of that now, as we are watching this church that means so much to the Dallas community, to the fabric of Dallas, to the history of Dallas, on fire right now. Okay, we do have a vantage point, kind of a wide lens there of downtown, and you can see the smoke billowing up there over the Dallas skyline at the moment. This just kind of puts into perspective for you how massive this fire is. How well you can see the black smoke billowing up over the Dallas skyline from that far away. This is a very intense fire. This is a very intense blaze here. Let's keep it back here. And you see there a lot of these hoses trying to get this under control here. And you can see, oh, wow, you can see the reflection of the fire in that skyscraper directly opposite it. And you can get a better sense of how intense and how strong this is. We also have this more zoomed in vantage point here. And the flames just seem to be so strong, so rapid as well. Let's listen onto the scene. Viewer discretion is advised. So we were told this started as a 2-alarm fire. Of course, the number of the alarms equates with and corresponds with how many firefighters respond, i.e. meaning, of course, the strength and the size of the fire. And so I would assume, I don't have this. Let's not assume. It started as a 2-alarm fire, but you can see the response from firefighters from the Dallas Fire Department on the scene there. A lot of media on the scene, the yellow police tape cordoning off the area there. And you can see the black smoke billowing up. If you're familiar with downtown Dallas, a lot of skyscrapers, a lot of historic buildings, and the First Baptist Church now among them on fire. Something that I am wondering is whether or not crews are worried that this fire could spread to the buildings right near it and adjacent to it. Of course, that's always a concern here. Let's take this because you can see just how close the church is to the surrounding infrastructure and the skyscrapers there as well. You know, Dallas, the downtown, it's pretty condensed, pretty packed in. So I'm not entirely sure if the fire has spread or is at risk of spreading. That's just one of the questions I have. So this is a story we're going to stay on top of. We're going to keep bringing you some of these live pictures. We're nearing the top of the next hour here. We got to keep it moving, though.